Hi, everyone, and welcome back. This is Rob Thomas, your Everything Microsoft Cloud Architect. And today we're going to jump into Microsoft Dynamics 365 Sales, the CRM feature, and walk around the interface. I wanted to get in and just kind of show you this whole interface, like how this bar, what's at the top, and these things on this video. In the next video, I'm going to dig into the actual records itself and create some records. All right. So without further ado, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, and that's going to be the Enterprise Software Solution, the software dudes. For any of you Microsoft SQL Server, Microsoft Windows Server, SharePoint, Azure, Copilot, Power BI, Microsoft 365, all of Microsoft Dynamics 365 products, and Microsoft Intunes, any of those needs, I highly recommend you reach out to them. These are their customers. I'm a customer. I'm a partner. Again, I recommend these guys. When you come to their website, Enterprise Software Solutions here, you're going to click this right here and just schedule a meeting with them or just give them a call. And their number is all the way at the bottom right here, so you can see. All right, so let's just jump into this, right? I want to talk about the interface. And I want to say learning a new CRM can feel like being dropped into a cockpit of a fighter jet without a manual. I mean, it's overwhelming, but knowing your way around the Dynamics 365 sales interface here, this interface, knowing your way around it, right, is the key to closing deals and closing them smarter and faster and not have to put in all this extra effort. We like to call it a lot of manual data entry effort, and it's just frustrating as a sales rep. So today we're going to take a quick look and essential tour of the Dynamics 365 Command Center. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to find and manage your entire sales pipeline. Okay, so this is the Dynamics dashboard, right? So when you come in, you're going to click in here, and you'll usually start in the dashboard. This is the dashboard. And across the top, we have the universal command tools that follow you everywhere. So it is, pretty much here, right? So, and then you also have this right here. And then and I do want to say, like, the app launcher, which is this thing right here, if you click on it, you're going to see the app launcher. And this is the app we're in, right? And then those other apps that I set up was this one, and then this one, right? So I got these in here, and I got other apps in here, but these are the main two that I'm going to be in. So this is the app launcher, and this kind of talks about the app. Now I already explained about this waffle and the apps here, but these are specific Microsoft Dynamic Power Platform apps. So you can create a new app here. You can refresh it. You can see, what's going on. You can see also you can come here and create a new app. So just kind of give you an idea. It's like an app inside an app or apps for different features and functionality. Now, next, the toolbar itself is packed with constant features, which is this. So here in the toolbar, you're going to see that you have your typical here, your account view here. And if you click this, it's going to bring up Teams. So if I was able to kick off a chat session and I'm talking on Teams and having a good conversation on Teams with a team member, it's going to come up here and I can interact and do some cool stuff. Also, in retrospective, if I'm in Teams here, right, and it's barfing on me because it's asking me to sign back in, but you can see here if I'm in Teams and I had like all my Teams channel set up and everything is like really good to go, I can basically go in here and just add a section in here, and then this section could be Microsoft Dynamics, and I can actually work out of this same interface. This whole same interface, right here, this whole same interface right here would be an app in here. So when I click on that app, it'll show me this and I could just work directly from Teams. I love Teams. So that's, a great feature for me. And the next one is going to be Copilot. So again, we already know how to use Copilot, but I can generate prompts. It'll look across this. I paid for the additional license where I'm using Copilot amongst all my applications. It's just making me really effective and powerful to do that. Right. So let's jump on to the next one. This is the Q&A session. I can come in here and find all my documentation on every single application. So remember in a previous video, I showed you finance, Dynamics Contact Center, field service, customer service, but there are a few other ones in here, right? We didn't cover Copilot for service, customer voice, intelligent order management, remote assistance, but I cover human resources. So you can just kind of see there's all the documentation you need implementation guides, which are super important. So as you're implementing this, you're following their best practices. So you just click there and it'll get you there. This one is just going to be really important where you're going to go personalize settings. You come in here, you could just personalize this to make it work for you. I can basically come in here and say, I want this to, show me 100, set up my synchronization, start tweaking my activities. Like maybe I want to do month instead of weeks. Maybe I want to change my, set your default work hours, change my format, email templates, add my email signatures. This is a big one. So definitely want to come in here, add your email signature when you're sending out and what that's going to look like. And you just come in here and personalize settings to do that. Again, this advanced one is where you're going to spend quite a bit of time in configuration. So just in the implementation, so say you're following the implementation guide, you're going to come in here and just do a lot of setup like sales territory, sites, just a few, set your fiscal year, goal metrics, business closure, like all of this stuff. All the stuff that you need to do. This is just one of the areas you're going to come in and make a lot of updates. Let me get rid of that. This is just a filter on object search, select a table to search. I want to run a search across the tables. And this is one of the most important ones is I just don't want to go in here like create records because here I can only create records off of what other table or object I'm clicked on. So let's say I clicked on the lead, right? And then it's a little tricky for me to create. I can create my record, but I want to do it quickly and fast. So this is where this plus sign is going to come in. And I can say, oh, great. Let me just quickly spin up an account. And I can do that really there. So this is like a nice little quick feature there. This is an assistant notification. Just gives you updates on things that are happening. And then this here is a broader search. So I could say, I want to do a filter across accounts. And I want to do a keyword search. And I can search here with this search feature and capability. All right. So that covers that. Now let's take a look at the left-hand side where what we call the left rail or the navigation bar. This is where you'll spend most of your time, which is here. And I'm not going to dig into these records one by one, but I just kind of want to show you the bar and get you comfortable with the navigation bar, right? Now, if you take a look, if it takes up too much space on your monitor, you can just click this hamburger thing right here and then it'll collapse and you can bring it back. Now, the rail is organized in clear groups. The first group is my group. This is typically for your starting place for the day, which is going to be, first group is going to be my work. So you can see here, right? Dashboard. So dashboard shows you everything. Open leads, recent calls, opportunities you might be at risk. Sales Accelerator acts as your personal dashboard for nudging your deals to the next step. So I go here to Sales Accelerator. You can kind of see it brings up the things that I care about, like leads or activities or things. So it's just going to help me with my leads. I'm going to really kind of push. Actually not the activities are actually right here. Now under activities, you'll find calendar, tasks, and calls. I can confidently say you're going to live in these three areas 100%. Now I can go here and create a meeting and it'll show up on my Outlook calendar and I don't have to do it twice, which is pretty nice, right? And then I can see all my calls. I can track on my tasks with a Kanban board type of view, which is pretty cool. Now next is the pipeline and customer group. Pipeline holds your leads, opportunities, forecasts. Customer holds your contacts and accounts. So you can see here, this is a little bit more different because we're kind of used to like leads being into this group, but it's fine. You have that, you have your opportunities, and then you could do some forecast. So this is pretty typical, right? So you see like I have forecast. I can set my forecast up. Again, you'll be like in the app setting and in the setting that I set over here to just coordinate and get this forecast set up and set on my targets. There's a lot of configuration that needs to happen to get this really working pretty solid and spinning off your opportunities, right? So, all right, that pretty much covers it. So here, depending on your role, you can switch between different app areas, maybe sales or service, and that's just here. I didn't get my server set up, but I can switch. I can add another section here that I would say servers. Also, my customer journey, which is marketing automation. I could switch to customer marketing automation here, and I can switch from those areas. But I don't have that set up. So that's an option there. Now, remember, you always can click home and dashboard button to return your personalized starting point. So I can click the dashboard, and then I always take me back, and I'm back at the starting point and I can do what I need to do. All right. Now, the full Dynamics 365 interface is pretty awesome, right? The universal tools across the top, the dashboards for starting the day, the left rail for navigating your entire sales process from leads to opportunity. Now, here's one action item I have for you. Now, I want you to basically, you should have already set this up. So I want you to click this plus button. I want to get you used to using this plus button. And I want you to create a contact or a lead. Actually, I would say create a lead, right? Because the way it works is once you create a lead and then that lead, I'll show you here. Once that lead, this is your flow, your whole process flow across all your objects. So basically, once that lead is done and it's get converted, the lead will get deleted and it will create an account, contact, and opportunity. And then all this flow picks up on the opportunities. Just kind of give you that for those of you that are really new. You can see here, and it'll keep this information, which is a little bit unusual because in the Juggernaut, the other competitor, this only shows you like qualify will only show up in the leads, but then develop and propose. This process will sit on the account, the opportunity, and it wouldn't show this piece. So I do like this feature where you can show it across the whole process, like what happened for the lead, which is now locked, and then basically getting into the development stage. So you're going to all the stages of the opportunity, and then once the opportunity stages are done, it gets closed, and it's going to either be closed won or closed loss. So just kind of give you that update. But again, go in here, create I want you to create a lead. I want you to create a lead, get comfortable, and then once you do that, convert the lead, like complete the steps on the lead. Just kind of play around with this records and tell me about your experience below. Tell me, is it fun? Is it easier? What do you like? Like share the good and the bad. Like, I like this, I don't like that, in the comments below. And if you found this tour helpful, give it a like and be sure to subscribe for more Dynamics 365 trading. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.